Good morning. It's Thursday, July 31st, and England, the United Kingdom, is going to recognize Palestine in September if Israel doesn't change their course. And what course do they want Israel to change? To give up all of its protective rights because they don't agree with what Israel is doing? The British Prime Minister announced that the UK will recognize the state of Palestinian at the UN General Assembly in late September unless Israel takes steps to improve the humanitarian situation in Gaza and commits to a renewed peace process with the Palestinians. And why does this matter? Because it follows behind the French President Emmanuel Macron's commitment to recognize Palestine in September UN meeting. If both of these guys follow through with their threat, the U.S. will be the only permanent member of the UN Security Council that does not recognize a Palestinian state. Now, I'm not against giving a Palestinian state, but I am against putting Israel in the middle of this thing. Why don't these people step up to the plate and condemn all of the enemies of Israel, all of those who are constantly attacking and keeping Israel in this war mode for the rest of its life, it seems to me. And President Trump told reporters on Air Force One on Tuesday that he has no position on the moves that were made and said by the British Prime Minister, but thinks that pressing Israel now will only reward Hamas. And the U.S. is not in that camp. So without coming out strong for Israel, Trump has announced that the U.S. will stand by Israel in some way, shape, or form. Now, Trump met with Sturmer on Monday, but he said they did not discuss the recognition of Palestine. Trump has not reaffirmed the long-standing U.S. policy of supporting a two-state solution since returning to office. And when Sturmer spoke with the Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu, who adamantly rejects the idea of a Palestinian state, and he spoke to him several hours before making the announcement. So at least he brought Netanyahu into the game and probably told him he was going to make this announcement. And is this action by them rewarding Hamas's monstrous terrorism and punishes the victims of Hamas? A jihadist state in Israel today will threaten Britain tomorrow. That's what Netanyahu said. If you let Hamas get away with this, they will be at your throat for a long, long time. So we have a situation which some call the big picture, and that says that international support for Israel has been eroding, particularly in Europe, because Gaza is dragging on. And I am not sure that the erosion of defending Israel, of standing with Israel, doesn't have some anti-Semitic actions in the background. So I'm against anything that puts Israel on the spot. If they can't get it done without putting Israel on the spot, then what the hell are they doing? Around 3/4 of the UN member states already recognize Palestine, and many of those states are not in Europe. We recognize that. So it's okay. I have no problem with recognizing Palestine. But you can't force Israel to recognize Palestine. Palestine wants to exist. They have to figure out a way to create a family atmosphere and not leave Israel out there to be attacked because of the way they want to create their state. So I don't know how this will finally end. I think Israel has to do everything they can to protect themselves. But I don't hear any of these UN countries saying that Israel needs help protecting itself. Israel is a little nation surrounded by enemies. And that is something that the people in these other countries ignore and put Israel on the spot to do some things that will weaken their defenses. And I'm against that. really, really hard against that. So I leave you with that this morning. A little nation under attack by many who should know better. Have a great day. Bye.